Gotcha! This is Music for My Voice, and we're about to have a nice chat about passaggio, the break between our voice registers, and do some lovely exercises to help you smooth through your passaggio, because what is the goal of singing? Nice, smooth transitions between all the registers. Let's sing! So, the passaggio, it brings dread to some people, but it's really nothing to be scared about, nothing to be worried about, nothing to obsess over either, because that can make it worse. So just see this as another warm-up video with a little bit of passaggio chat, and yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So what are we going to do in this video? Well, first of all, we're going to look at what exactly the passaggio is. You know, it's another Italian term. Music loves Italian terms, and unless you are Italian, you kind of don't have a clue. And then again, also you don't have a clue because how does that relate to voices? We're going to look into that. Then we're going to have a chat about where exactly it is. Yeah, spoilers, it's different for everybody. Then we're going to talk about how you can find your own passaggio, how to really get to know your voice, get to know where those transitions are. And then we will get into the exercises. And yes, they're going to be repetitive, but that is the point of exercises. That is their job, to really work at smoothing through the passaggio. Passaggio, what does it mean? Well, like I said, it is an Italian word. Direct translation means passage. The music dictionary says the point at which two of the three vocal registers, high, middle, and low, meet. What does that mean? We all know that there are different voices in our voice. I like to refer to them as different resonances. You have a chesty resonance. If you put your hand here on your breastbone as you speak, that is your chest resonance. You can feel the vibrations really strong in your chest. If you were to raise your voice though and speak a bit higher, you might feel that the resonance isn't as strong as it was. And that's because we're speaking in a different register. The high resonance is more felt here, behind your nose, in your sinus cavities. It's what the operatic world refer to as the mask. It's a feeling of pressure here. That is head resonance. What we want to find is that juicy mix between resonance, that perfect blend of chest and head, because it is impossible to sing high notes in full chest voice. The biology just doesn't work. It doesn't, our bodies don't vibrate that way. So when you hear certain singers, maybe musical theatre singers, specifically the contemporary singers that are doing that big, powerful belt, I'm thinking Idina Menzel in Wicked, or some of the Hamilton stuff, the In the Heights stuff. When you're hearing that big, belty sound, it is not pure chest voice. That's a huge misconception, and that's the first of many misconceptions that we're probably going to talk about in this video. So I want you to just get that out of your head. Get that notion that you have to sing full chest voice up to ridiculously high notes. It's not, it's a mix. What they are doing, they are pulling from some of their head resonance down into that chest, and maybe it's just a chest dominant mix or a head dominance mix, or they can, hide it with a certain vowel sound, but they are not using their chest voice. I'm going to take a quick moment here to talk about terminology briefly, because in my videos, I'm very aware that I do use certain terminology that is just ingrained in me because of the way that I was taught. And things like head voice, chest voice, forward, placement, masking, covering. These are words that can be very, very confusing to you. And again, don't focus on them. Don't focus on these words. Focus on the feelings and the sensations. I will be using my lovely diagram to help with this and to help us ease through the passaggio, but they can be unhelpful for some people. And it really is a case of practicing, exploring, not being afraid to just let go, and then whatever works for you. And also, to be honest, it might not be me. I might not be the one that it clicks for you with. It might be another YouTube vocal coach, or it might be a IRL vocal coach. Keep shopping around for that person that is going to explain it for you, and it's just going to click. Took me a long time. It didn't click for me until relatively recently, maybe in the last 10 years. Just takes time. Okay, so voice type. Obviously we have lower voices and we have higher voices. Traditionally you've got the bass, which is the really lowest of the low. You've got tenor, which is slightly higher. You've then got altos and then sopranos. These are the choir terminology. In the opera world, you've got baritone, tenor, mezzo-soprano and soprano. Don't get bogged down. And hey, don't get bogged down either with notes and how low you can go and how high you can go, and also charts, because there are charts out there of where your breaks are. Don't get too bogged down, because we all have different voices. I mean, listen to us speaking. We all have different accents. The way that our accent is, how we speak, means that the resonance is happening in certain places. Anyway, different languages have their placement in different ways as well. Some are really far forward, some are really far back, and that's going to affect your passaggio as well. All of these things, all these wonderful things that make us unique and special, also make our passaggio unique and special. So I don't really like to specify ranges for where they can find their passaggio. I mean, to be honest, it's because I don't want you to overthink it. I really don't want it to be a kind of a thing that just gets inside and just stops you. The biggest enemy I find for my students in their singing is their brain, is their thoughts. Thoughts are not facts. So I honestly don't like talking about that. You know how low your voice goes, you know how high your voice goes. So then, to work out personally for you where your passaggio is, do a scale. We're going to start on a C, and I just want you to sing in the harshest tone possible. And I just want you to sing in a really full, harsh chest. Ma, 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 ma. That's my passaggio already. My passaggio is actually really low, so it's around about a G-ish. Passaggios are, it's not just one note that it happens, it's a few notes that you transition through, and then, yeah, then it gets off. But here is the scale, so that you can find it yourself, and in that moment you can feel it, you feel a flip, you feel your voice break between head and chest. That's the moment. I'll play the scale for you now so you can find it yourself. Starting on a C, remember low voices with the octave below. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. I'm not going any higher because pretty much everyone will have gone through their passaggio. Let's do that again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So that's how you find your passaggio, but I just want to reiterate again, it's really not a big deal. I really don't think you need to know where it is, to be honest. But I did that exercise because if it helps you and it makes you feel good knowing, then absolutely, whatever works for you. This is the thing we're seeing, whatever works for you. If it's works, brilliant. Maybe it'll focus your brain a bit, focus your singing. Fantastic, fantastic. I don't like to think of it, but hey, that's just me. Okay, so now we are going to focus on strengthening our passaggio. And before we do that, I just want to do some SOVT exercises. So lip bubble or tongue trills. And in fact, I'm going to do the tongue trill today because with the passaggio, it's all about getting space in our throats so that tongue nice and forward. So I'm going to be doing that. But you can do your favourite SOVT. Ready? Just some arpeggios. And up one more. Coming down. Three more. Last one. I do really like the tongue trill, the blowing raspberries, because it gets my tongue right out of the way, and tongues should be out of the way throughout all of our singing, but especially when we're transitioning through the registers, through the resonance, through the voices. We need everything free and relaxed and just chilled. Here we go. Here are some exercises to get us through our passaggio. Right, we're going to start on a C, all of us. So lower voices down here, high voices up there. We're only going to go up to the E, so we're not really going to go that high or far. We're going to focus on each of the vowel sounds. R, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. R, E, I, O, U. And we're just going to take it steady. We're going to do a 5-note scale. Okay. And explore how we can manipulate it ever so slightly, how the placement, how the feelings inside ever so slightly change as we move through that transition. Okay? And lift the soft palate. So I've got more head coming in. Feeling it behind my nose, lots of space at the back of my throat. Is that if I've got a big apple stuck there? Sound feels thin and tight. That is the passaggio. That is the transition. That's correct. It is going to feel thin and tight. You feel the sound. You know my videos, I do this sometimes. That's the kind of the flipping through into the head resonance. This is as high as we're going. Remember, it's narrow. It's not called the passaggio for nothing. Passage, narrow, narrow, narrow sound. And really lift that soft palate. You know, that pre-yawn position. And engage with the powerhouse. 3 more. I cracked again. This as well, by the way, is much more of the kind of the bel canto technique, the operatic technique for getting through the passaggio, which means more space, which means more of the head voice coming down maybe a little sooner than in musical theatre, more contemporary technique. I will do another video on a more contemporary way to move through the passaggio because, yeah, there is. Do some sort of, with some sort of whiny sounds. That's going to help you with contemporary. But I digress. We are sticking today with the bel canto. So just an R, let's do air. Same deal. Air and air. Saying hair. 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 Coming up to the passaggio now. Hair. Getting a little tight. Hair. Feeling the sound come forward. Soft palate is lifted. Very tight, but very engaged with all of our powerhouse coming down. Count 2 more. And a nice crack there. Remember, when a note cracks or something like that, it's because you're not engaged, you're not connected with the powerhouse, with the breathing mechanism. So on my part, it's laziness. That's why I crack, but there we go. So quick reference to my lovely anatomical head, Giles, here, what's happening is at the back of the throat, it's nice and open, pre-yawny, that kind of hi, that space. Soft palate is lifted, and the sound, basically, as you get higher, it feels like it's coming forward along the hard palate, along here, before coming flat, kind of in between the nose and the top teeth. When you get really, really high, forward and flat. Remember I said to you earlier about terminology that I use? It may not work for you, but just think of slides like that work wonders for working through the passaggio. And when you do that, you can feel it. You can feel the sound traveling up, around, and then finishing flat. And the same thing works with different vowel sounds. It's all the same, really. Just forward and flat. Okay, now some E's. I told you it's very repetitive, but it's good. So E's. Tongue, nice and relaxed, behind your bottom teeth. And help. No, kind of, it helps. Where's your breath? Remember, as I said, it is a really narrow, thin sound when you're making that transition. And just keep lifting that soft palate. And all pressure is down here. Relax the tongue. Shoulders as well. Last one. We've done R, we've done air, we have done E, and now we have O. O. Exactly the same. Hey, if you've got people listening to you doing this, they're gonna love you, but you know, this is singing. We have to put the work in. High voices up here, low voices down here. Ooh. Oh, rather, sorry. Oh. Oh. And coming up and then shooting through that little spot in between your nose and your top lip. Coming down. Remember all the space. Still have that soft palate lifted. Final vowel sound, ooh, which actually could be the easiest. So yeah, and in fact we started with an R, which is by far the hardest. So well done you. Ready? And ooh, really focus that sound. So I'm going to point to where I feel it. Not quite in the lips yet. Still behind the nose. Coming to the lips though. Now that could be a lot better. That needs much more engagement with my powerhouse. Let's do one more and then we'll come down. Ready? And forward and flat. Five more. Three. Last one. So there you are, some exercises that move through the passaggio on different vowel sounds. Just keep practicing them, just keep exploring. Don't oversing, so don't overdo the volume, don't overdo the push on it either. If you need to change the vowel sounds, if there's one particular vowel sound that you don't like, I mean if there's only one sound that you do like, stick with that one. Just do that one the whole time. Just do them all to oohs, or just do them all to e's. Don't feel that you need to run before you can walk. This is something that is going to take time. It's going to take the time to smooth, you know, everything in life takes a bit of time, takes a bit of love and attention, and the passaggio is the same. But equally, don't think of it as a big deal at all. The more, in my experience, the more you think about it, the more it's going to become a big deal for you, and it really isn't. Just sing, just sing, just sing. So there we go. I hope you have enjoyed that video. I will do some more videos on the passaggio, as I said, for different voice styles, so for more contemporary songs, and more videos generally, because I understand that it is very, very confusing and also quite a big thing for a lot of you. So yes, there will be more coming, but let me know in the comments as well of any other topics you'd like me to cover. I will be doing some song specific tutorials too, focused on very specific singers as well, and just lots of general fun stuff as well. Of course, the sing and mix that comes on a Wednesday. But yeah, please do the YouTubey things and like this video, subscribe to the channel, because it's just a fab fun place to be. But otherwise, I will sing with you soon. Bye!